In this video, we're working through the solo section of Tenderly, the jazz standard. And the interesting thing about it is it gives you a lot of space because it is a ballad. So therefore you have the ability to play quarter notes, eighth notes, 16th notes, 32nd notes, tuplets, whatever. And there's no real confines of rhythm to speak of. So we started off with the first line in the last video where we're doing E flat major 7, B7 sharp 5, E flat minor 9, and A flat 13. Sounds something like this. So you can hear I'm not really playing any sort of rhythm like this. So it's really more free-flowing. Then when we get to the second line, which is what we're going to talk about in this video, we've got the F minor 9 chord, to the B flat 7, to E flat major 7. So what is that? That is simply a 2 minor 7 to an F7, to a 5/7 chord, to 1 major 7. Okay. So we know how to deal with 2 5 1s in the left hand. It's basically 3 5 7 and 9 of F minor. Drop the 7th note to become the 3rd of the next chord, and you get a B flat 7 chord. Now there are more advanced voicings that you could use in the left hand, like this. But again, the standard voicing is 3 5 7 and 9. Drop the 5th to become the 3rd of the next chord, and then drop the outer 2 notes to become the E flat major 7th chord. One more time. And soloing over that, the F minor bebop scale. So the passing note is the A natural. Same for the B flat scale, but you started on B flat sometimes. It's the same scale, and then the E flat major 7 bebop scale with an A natural because we're putting in the sharp 11. Really easy to play, by the way. You've got, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Just keeps going. And that's how you play that fast. So let's play a line with the F minor to B flat to E flat. And then faster. Okay, so a lot of people might look at that D flat 9 chord and completely freak out because, of course, it's not a normal key. We're jumping into basically the key of G flat for a few moments. But if you follow the same thing that we did with the B flat chord, it's just a D flat 7. And so you've got the C natural as your passing note. Now I notice that we're using, instead of the G flat, we're using a G natural. That's because that's the 11th or the sharp 11. Again, it gives us that open sound that we talked about in the last video on Tenderly, where we did it over the E flat 7 chord. And then the B flat chord we've already discussed, going back to the D flat chord. So this line might be something like this. Now, okay, so the left-hand voicing, just put the tritone, which is the 3rd and the 7th, and then stick the 9th on the top of it. Play it really slowly. Then it goes back to the B flat 7 sharp 11 chord, which is essentially the same as the chord we've talked before in the last video. Okay, and then when we get to the B diminished chord, I like to just kind of play either a diminished scale, which is this, or just play the chord itself. Or any kind of conjugation of the diminished scale. Let me put a link up here in the corner to diminished scale patterns that might be helpful to you. Things like that. So let's play the whole line from the D flat chord. Okay, let's see if we can play the 2 lines together and see if we can make a little bit of music here. So from the F minor chord. And then it goes on to play a C minor chord. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to post a link up here in the corner to the backing track and the sheet music. You want to download those and follow along these last couple of videos. Actually, there's 3 of them in this series, so follow all of them, go through them in detail with the backing track and the sheet music to practice with, and play it slowly, play it fast, do whatever you need to do. But basically go over those scales as much as you can, because it's really open soloing and you can use lots of different scales and motifs in different patterns with this. So I hope that's helpful to you. Let me play it for you now so that you get a sense of what it's going to sound like as a finished product. And then I'm going to come back and say a couple other words. All right, so there's the example of how it could sound when you get pretty good at soloing over ballads. I hope this video and this series was helpful to you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And maybe just hit the little bell because, you know, we're posting videos like this all the time. And when you hit the bell, you get notified. And even though all of them might not be for you, I, from time to time, make obviously different types of videos. So I hope at least something on this channel is helpful to get your playing to where you want it to be. My name is Paul Tobey. Thanks so much for your time.